So, it's been a very busy day. I apologize for my lateness. Um, this read, it's a masculine, and it's a masculine who's been through a lot. Um, the things that they've been through, they created themselves. Just to clarify, um, it wasn't like anything happened to them that just, came out of the blue kind of thing. It was a long period of time, um, a lot of choices and decisions that they made along the way that were not um, positive, not good for them, not this is self-inflicted wounds, literally. I have made some really stupid moves, and I can't believe I did it. I don't know why I did it. I don't know what I've done or how I've done it, but I have to fix it. And I think it's primarily about taking responsibility for those things. And really, the only way that anybody can heal is if they are willing to see the part that they have played in this place that they find themselves in. And they're willing to look at themselves. You can, what's the old saying? You can point fingers, but there's always four of them that are like pointing back at you, or three of them. One's pointing to you, and the other four, or three or four, are pointing back at you. That is a big part of healing. That is a major part of healing. It's being able to go into, a quiet space by yourself and get honest with yourself about what your part was in something, or is in something, or will be in something. What part did you play? And did you play it honestly, openly, lovingly, or did you play it sneaky, underhanded, dirty, and backstabbing? And if your answer to that is the alternate, the underhanded, backstabbing, sneaky, then you that's where you begin with your healing. That's where you begin to say, why am I such a jerk? Why am I such, why do I do things like this? Why do I cause these problems in my own life? Why do I cause these problems in somebody else's life? And hopefully at that point, when you're answering questions, you'll start to cry. And the crying will create the healing. It will begin the healing process. But in order to get there, you have to let down your ego, let down all of your defenses, and take responsibility for whatever it was that happened or is happening. Take responsibility for the part that you've played in it. And until you can do that, you will never heal. You'll never heal. So this person or people, it's a collective reading. So you don't want to take anything that I say personally. This is not a private reading. A collective reading can encompass many, 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 many people. If it resonates with you, that's great. If it doesn't, then maybe this video isn't for you. This person, male person, had an ending, had a major life change in the not too distant past. Um, I didn't dig into the whole past issue just because there's a lot out here. But it was a major change. It was an ending and a new beginning. And um, they have done some things that were not helpful to them. And that might be what caused the endings and the new beginnings. Um, the challenge is that they can't, they're not in a place where they can enjoy life, where they can celebrate and enjoy the people that they're around and enjoy themselves. There's just not a whole lot of reasons to celebrate right now. And subconsciously, they're really struggling. They're very depressed. There's a lot of anguish, a lot of mental struggles, a lot of confusion, a lot of pain, a lot of sleepless nights. But the reason that that is happening is because they're refusing to heal. They know on a subconscious level that they screwed up. They know they made some big mistakes. They know that they didn't do things very well. And they show the situation comes up as self-inflicted wounds. So I am assuming that it's been a process. Like, I'm not so sure that because the endings and the new beginnings is in the past. I don't know how far in the past, and I don't know exactly what happened, but there was a period of time where it's almost like their subconscious is now catching up with their conscious. So their subconscious was on, oh shit, I've really screwed up. I don't know how I got here. I don't know what I did. And I have absolutely no idea how to fix it. And now their conscious is kind of coming around a little bit. It looks like maybe they're coming around to see that, oh, it's almost like their conscious mind and their subconscious mind are catching up now. For some unknown reason, they were not catching up before. There was like a disconnect. Their intentions at this stage of life, or whatever stage they're in, I mean, they could be 20 for all I know, but their intentions were money, a good financial partnership. They expected to have an inheritance. There was family money potentially. But pretty much their intent in life was to be very well off. And I'm thinking it might have had something to do with this ending and new beginning that didn't work out. Somehow they created this self-inflicted wound, and now they're very worried about it. That's the short version. In the future, they are not able to, they're in a situation where they're not going to easily dig themselves out. Uh, they, um, wishes and desires and hopes and dreams are going to be something that um, they'll have, but they may avoid them because it's going to be a little painful because they're not going to be able to afford anything. This entire reading is pretty much about finances and money. Um, the what to do, the what to do is a little confusing. This reads very much like a be grateful for what you have reading, because it could have been worse. It could have been much worse. And I don't know. It's actually saying that this person needs to focus on being happy, not on achieving things, not on changing things, not on. They really, really need to focus on being happy. Now, there is another male here, and I'm wondering if it isn't that they need to focus on being happy for this other male. Because it appears like this male is a good partnership for this other masculine. And I don't know if it's maybe a business partnership or if it is a friendship, or it could be love. For all I know, it could be love. But I'm kind of, because the entire read is about pretty much finances and money, I'm going to say that it is probably a business proposition or a job, possibly. Maybe a place to live. Not sure, but it is giving the vibe of a good partnership. But it is also talking about moving on, being optimistic, recovering, looking towards the future. It could also be this male. It could be that this is because this is the quote unquote what to do category. It is either an offer that this masculine has on the table that he should be very happy about, he should be grateful to have. And he should probably take it. Or it is talking about him and what he should do, and that would be to be grateful, to be happy, to find the things in life that make him happy, that that are different maybe from how he's been in the past. So the King of Swords in the upright is about honesty and integrity and authority and being truthful, um, ethics, having morals. So it either shows a man who this masculine might want to get into a business partnership with or a friendship with. Maybe this is a friend who's trying to help him out. Maybe it's a family member who's trying to help him out. At any rate, it's saying, happiness and good partnership. And the environment around this masculine is very sad. It's there's a lot of regret, a lot of sadness. This is, I mean, you just look at this card and it's like terribly sad. And there's like 3 cups have fallen over here. I think that's that. Yeah, there. That's what he's kind of looking at. But there's 2 that are upright back here. So it's talking about a lot of regret and a lot of anguish and a lot of sadness. But it is also saying that all is not lost, that there is good stuff in this person's environment if they just choose to focus on them. And that might be what this be happy, the Sun card is in the what to do category. So you'll have to decide if this resonates with you. You can decide whether, you'll know if it's a person that's outside or if it's a suggestion of what you should do and how you should act. Hopes and fears are money, being stable, paying the bills, being able to survive, being able to make it, I guess, which is that's happening a lot right now. We're in a time of very severe uncertainty, and if you are not an extremely positive person who is working with affirmations, who doesn't allow negativity to seep in, doesn't allow negative thoughts to enter your mind, you don't entertain them, and you just work as diligently and as hard as you possibly can during this time, it is going to be hard. And that is ultimately what this reading is about. The outcome is that there is an offer of money, or there needs to be an offer of money. So overall, this is talking about a masculine who's had a very hard time. He has not been picked on. He has not been taken advantage of it. These are decisions that he's made himself, that he got himself into this position. He made some bad decisions, and he needs to face up to the fact that they did, and he needs to get a good attitude. He needs to have a positive attitude. He needs to be grateful for whatever he does have in his life. And that's where this is where you turn the corner from a non-prosperous person to a prosperous person is when you can look at everything in your life and you can see the how it benefits you, how somebody's smile made you happy, made you feel good. Somebody's touch made you feel good. The fact that you ate is a positive thing. Maybe you drank water. I mean, when you're drinking the water, think about how grateful you are to have that water. Um, when you sleep, be grateful for the fact that you slept. Don't think about the 4 nights before that you didn't sleep. This poor guy is not sleeping very much. He's up at night. If you have your health, be grateful. If you have someone to love, be grateful. If you have someone to help you, which I don't know if this is a helpful guy or not. Normally it's a helpful guy, but it might be saying you need to be this guy. Gratitude. Gratitude, when you start spending your time in a state of gratitude, if you turn the key to your car and it starts, that's a place to start with gratitude. You got to work, you got home, and you didn't get in an accident. That is a place of gratitude. So this entire reading is about things that we do that do not turn out well, that are not planned. Maybe, the universe came in and hit you with a bolt of lightning, because they do that every once in a while. And they're basically saying to change your attitude, number one, and get a job. Get a job or start a business or something in that capacity. This shows an emperor in reverse. An emperor in reverse is somebody who's very controlling, who is very domineering, who holds a lot of anger. They're not very fair. They're, it's somebody, it's a boss, but it's kind of like the jerk boss. It's the boss that, doesn't really matter. Maybe it's the boss of themselves. But an emperor is somebody who is helpful, is successful, is hardworking, is moral, is ethical, is, all those things. This is, the emperor is a person of authority. And they try to maintain an even keel and stay very stable. The emperor in reverse, which is how this one came up, this is a jerk. This is somebody who should have been an emperor. They had the ability to be an emperor in the positive, to be a leader, to be an influential person, to make money, to, to be a beacon of light for some and an inspiration for others. And they didn't do that. They didn't do that. They did exactly the opposite. They wanted to be in control so much that they literally lost control. They treated people poorly. They made bad choices. They made bad decisions. They didn't do what they were supposed to do when they were supposed to do it. They didn't follow through with their promises. They didn't, this could be somebody who didn't pay their child support. I mean, that would be an emperor in reverse. The guy who pays his child support every month, that's the emperor. That is the emperor. The guy who doesn't pay his child support, that's the emperor in reverse. That is somebody who had the potential to be the emperor. He was given the opportunity to be an emperor, to be a leader, and to be a man that people looked up to and respected. And he blew it. He blew it. However he blew it, I don't know, but he blew it. And he has some troubles. Devil in reverse came up as well. So this can be hedonism. This can be exploring. This can be detaching. This can be materialistic. Yeah, this is not as bad as the devil in the upright, but it's still devil energy. And devil energy is it's about the person. It's not about the good of all. It's about what they can get, what they can secure, or what they can take, what they can, it's devil energy. It's negative, 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 and negative. And wishes and desires. So the outcome of that offer of money is wishes and desires. So it's pretty much like they're saying, get a job. Get a job. Spirit is saying, you had these plans. It didn't go the way you wanted it to go. Now you're in this place and you need to go get a job. Yeah. So the runes I pulled: air. I pulled this one, which I'm not even really sure. Oh, this is an alchemy. This is to take. And this is Scorpio. And let's see. So the first one, this is kind of like advice on what to do. The first one is air: intellect, communication, mental clarity, breath, thoughts, masculine; wind, cast, spring, dawn, yellow, green, or white. Any of those things could have some significance for you. The alchemy to take is calcination, dissolution, separation, conjunction, fermentation, distillation, and coagulation. But that symbol means to take, not to give, to take. And Scorpio, let's see, that was air. I had to mark these so I could find them pretty easy. Scorpio. Sorry, Virgo. I always get those two confused. Practical, loyal, gentle, analytical, silver, earth, negative, mutable, and sixth. And I am thinking that most of these are suggestions of how to be in the future and not get yourself in this situation. This does seem to be a pretty common problem right now. If you have not spent the last several years trying to stay on the path, being very focused and working very hard, and doing what you're supposed to be doing, there could be a lot of things coming back to bite you in the butt right now. And I'm telling you, karma is huge. Although I don't see any karma except for this one, which was in the past, the death, the endings, and the new beginnings, can be karma. Death is a karma. So there was karma that was playing out here, but it appears there's little areas here and there that I see karma as a theme, but I am seeing it all over the place. I'm seeing it with many people. If you've done things that were not honorable and fair and truthful and trustworthy in the past, karma is coming back and it's biting people in the butt. And it's coming in the way of losing jobs. It's coming in the way of losing relationships. It's coming in the way of losing friendships. It's coming in the way of, struggling with families, losing material possessions, those types of things. So it is a time of payback for past actions. And the only advice I can really offer at this point is pay it back and get on the right path. Because if you don't, you're going to keep getting hit with karma and you're going to keep having problems and you're not going to be able to pay the bill. So the overall theme of the read is Neptune. And I personally do not like Neptune. And the reason why I don't like Neptune is because I don't have a whole lot of water in my chart, except for where my Neptune is. Neptune is actually a generational planet. It's an outer planet, and people born for like 20 years have pretty similar placements. So that's why it's a generational planet. But the Neptune card in brief, I'm not going to read you this whole thing. It is imagination, escapism, mysticism, divination, other realms, making contact with higher realms, communication with ghosts and other spirits, links to the universal mind, the ocean of consciousness, sudden flights, of inspiration, artistic ability, the artist's life, self-sacrifice, self-undoing, the creation of illusions, dangerous deceptions, narcotics, alcoholic drinks, toxins and poisons, medicines, the surfacing of allergens, physical ailments you can never get to the root of, the nerves and the lymphatic system, needing to flee and become more private, sleeping and dreams, the colors blue and violet, burning a candle, glamour, television, film, set design, bodies of water, living or traveling near them. Bodies of water, that is. The beach, mimicry and copying others, blending in, being too afraid to leave the fold, feeling overcome or intimidated, feeling mercy and compassion, emotional games in relationships. The corresponding tarot card on this is the Seven of Cups, and the Seven of Cups talks about illusions or choices. And in relation to this reading, I am going to say it's probably a little bit of both, but most likely it is more about, what did I say? Seven of Cups. Oh, choices. Yeah. The choices that we make create our future. So you want to be really careful about making those choices, because you can, if you make them too quickly, or you make them too slowly, or you don't make them at all, then you could find yourself in a really bad pickle, because you've made these choices. And I say not making them at all. Not making a choice is making a choice. If you don't make a choice, you have made a choice. So don't think that, oh, I never made a choice, so you can't blame me. It doesn't work that way. If you don't make a choice, the universe will make it for you. The key ideas here are mystery, confusion, enchantment, wandering, passivity, and secret enemies. And I think that's it. I have a lot of compassion for this poor man, because it looks like a hard place to be in. But I do have faith that he will pull himself out of it, and he will move on. And hopefully all of them will. Because it's a collective reading. There can be, 100,000 of these guys out there that are all in a bad place. Anyway, I hope this resonates. I hope this helps. And I hope the advice was useful. Love and blessings.